회사 관련해서 빅4 관련해서 아니면 미국의 회계 업계에 대해서 이메일을 주시는 분들이 꽤 많았어요. 그래서 이번 기회에 Q&A 식으로 답변을 드리는 시간을 가지면 어떨까 해서 이 자리를 마련하게 되는데요.
안녕하세요. 저는 지혜라고 하고요. 메릴랜드 주립대학교에서 어카운팅과 서플라이체인 매니저를 공부하고 또 언니랑 같이 2014년도 여름에 지금 일하고 있는 회사에서 인턴십을 같이 하고 그때부터 지금까지 전우회로
맞아요. 아무래도 저희가 대학교도 또 사회생활도 미국에서만 해보다 보니까 이제 업무랑 관련된 이야기를 할 때는 영어가 조금 편한 부분이 있는 것 같아요. 최대한 자연스럽고 편안한 분위기 속에서 편안한 언어로 이제 상황에 맞게 이렇게 설명을 드릴 것 같아서요. 이해를 해주시고 이렇게 같이 잘 봐주시면 고맙겠습니다. 그럼 첫 번째 질문은 지혜씨가 지금 일하고 계신 부서가 어떤 부서인지, 그리고 그 부서에서 주로 하는 일들이 어떤 업무가 있는지 설명해 주실 수 있나요?
네, 제가 업무적인 건 아까 설명해 주셨지만 영어가 조금 더 편하다 보니까 영어로 대답을 일단 하도록 할게요. The team I'm in is called Core Tax, and I know there are different names in different firms, but it's basically just
the main
federal taxes in the United States, and we help large corporations, publicly traded or private, with their tax issues. And we have largely three different types of projects. The first one is probably the most familiar to all of you, even if you're not in public accounting, and it's just tax compliance, and it's preparing tax returns for corporations and partnerships in the United States. The second work stream we call it tax provision, and this is where we help the audit team as tax specialists audit income taxes on their financial statements. The third work stream is consulting. So anytime clients have specific questions about a transaction, mergers and acquisitions, fixed assets, or there are many different types of consulting work, but anytime a client has a question outside of compliance and provision, that would be considered consulting work. And we also do a lot of that work as well in our group. Okay.
I would be able to speak more about the team that I used to work for about 4 years, and that team is called transfer pricing. This team deals with various intercompany transactions, and oftentimes those transactions would happen between cross borders, basically, meaning international intercompany transactions. So whenever there is a company having a transaction with a related party, whether it is a subsidiary or if it is just an affiliate entity within a big group, or if it is whether it is a parent entity, whenever those related party transaction happens, our team would go in and help them make sure that those transactions are happening at arm's length. So that's a very brief introduction of the team that I used to work for. The next question we have is about busy season. So as some of you may have heard about public accounting firms, there always are busy seasons. So maybe can you share your experience or what you think is a typical busy season at Big 4 accounting firm, and also if you can describe a typical busy season week or a day.
Public accounting firms are notorious for having long hours, so I don't want to scare anyone, but it is true. We definitely work long hours, but from my personal experience in our core tax group, we definitely have cycles. So there are ups and downs. There are months where we're very busy or expected to work 60 to 80 hours, whereas there are months in the summer typically, or later in the fall where everything slows down and you get to go home at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., take a Friday off.
That's
very,
nice.
very flexible. So I don't want to make the wrong impression saying that we work long hours all year round. So there's definitely a cycle. To describe that a little bit, we're busiest in the winter. So we call that winter busy season. It's usually January through April, with February and March being the busiest of the four. And we also have another busy season. We typically call it the fall busy season, to meet some deadlines in September and October. So we are typically busy in July, August, September timeframe.
There are also teams like my old team where everything is busy throughout the year, but instead we wouldn't have like crazy busy days like where people work until 2-3 a.m. But also on the other side, we wouldn't have like really low time. We would just steadily leave the office by 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. throughout the year instead of having crazy ups and crazy downs. So that leads me to wonder, does that, during the busy season, does that mean that you always have to physically be there in the office to do all those work until that late? Or do you have some flexibility in that regard?
Yeah, with all the technology that's out there, it's very easy to work remotely, work from home or work from wherever makes you feel comfortable. During busy seasons, there's definitely a higher expectation of you being physically in the office, meeting the team face-to-face or meeting the clients face-to-face. During non-busy season, when we have a lot more flexibility, a lot of people do work from home. Friday in the office is usually empty. A lot of people take that day off or work remotely.
Right.
So it really depends on which month of the year it is, or if you're in the middle of a very busy season. It might not be the typical winter fall. There might be some other projects that pop up and you're expected to be in the office. So it really depends, but I would say other than very harsh like crunch times during busy season, there is a pretty good flexibility, and they understand that everyone has different situations, family, and all different circumstances.
Right. So I wonder how many hours does that translate into during a busy season?
During a busy season, you're expected to definitely work over 50 hours. That's the minimum standard. And typically it's 60 to 80 hours. And usually it's like 9 to 1 or 2 a.m. during the most extreme times. And it definitely depends on whether or not you're closer to the deadline. So as you get closer to the deadline, you definitely have more work and you're expected to stay later.
If you have any other questions, please leave us a comment down below. Both of us will check regularly and try to answer them. And thank you again for watching video today. And if you found it helpful in any way, it'd be really great if you can give us a big thumbs up and follow my channel down below.